Hello and welcome back to another video on the Football Zone and to another weekend review, reviewing all of this weekend's Premier League and Championship action, well, the games that are on. But yeah, starting off in the Premier League and just a one solitary game on Saturday which finished Leeds 1, Arsenal 4. This was a dominant performance from Arsenal. Goals from Martinelli with 2 and Saka with 1 gave them a 3-0 lead. Rafinha pulled one back in the 75th minute, but Smith Rowe scored 5 minutes from time to give Arsenal another. And yeah, this was a really impressive performance from Arsenal. They're looking really good at the moment, but Leeds, they're so bad at the back. I'm starting to get worried about them. But moving on, Wolves 0, Chelsea 0 was the score at Molineux. And yeah, this game was kind of dominated by off-the-field issues because Thomas Tuchel revealed that Chelsea did try and get the game postponed with 7 coronavirus cases in the camp, but however it was rejected. It seemed a bit unfair with the amount of games being called off otherwise. And yeah, it really is a big blow for Chelsea's title chances. The game was quite even. Maybe Chelsea had slightly better, but I'd say draw is probably the fair result. But yeah, Chelsea, their title hopes are really starting to look a bit bad. One team whose title hopes are not looking a bit bad at all are Manchester City, who picked up another dominant win. Goals from Diaz, Cancelo, Mahrez and Sterling gave City the win. And yeah, they were... Pep Guardiola actually didn't say they were too good here, but you know, a 4-0 win, they can't have played badly, and now they've got a 3-point lead over Liverpool, 6 points over Chelsea. They're really starting to look good now. But for Newcastle, once again, maybe they should have had a penalty, but on the whole, the performances just aren't that great. And yeah, it's not looking good for them. But moving on, Tottenham 2, Liverpool 0 was the score at White Hart Lane. Harry Kane gave Tottenham the lead in the 13th minute, and it's debated whether he should have had a red card 7 minutes later. I possibly think he should have done, but anyway, it wasn't. Diego Jota scored in the 35th minute and Robertson scored in the 69th minute, and then Stoneholm equalised in the 74th minute, but Robertson was sent off 3 minutes later. And for me, if Harry Kane wasn't a red card, this wasn't a red card. But yeah, it capped off a really chaotic game, and once again it's a big blow for Liverpool's title hopes. For Tottenham, though, it's a solid point. They played really well here, and this was a really good game. Moving on then to the Championship, where it finished Barnsley 0, West Brom 0 on Friday night. And yeah, this will be a disappointing result for Valérien Ismaël on his return to Oakwell. West Brom were definitely the best team here, dominated most of the match, and really 16 goal attempts, really should have made one of them count. As for Barnsley though, against a team like West Brom, it's a solid point for a team in their position, but you know, still 7 points off Reading, and Reading do have a game in hand, so it's not looking good for them. But moving on to Saturday, and it was another big blow for Bournemouth as they lost 1-0 away to Middlesbrough. Sapura was the only goal of the game in the 53rd minute from the spot, and what a great result this was for Middlesbrough. They're really finding their feet under Chris Wilder now, and yeah, you could probably say they deserve the win here. Up to ninth in the table, obviously a few teams have played less than them, but just 2 points off the pass. And as for Bournemouth, yeah, they're starting to fall away now. It's been really, really bad to watch them in the last few weeks. They need to turn it around as soon as possible. But moving on, Forest 2, Hull 1 was the score at the City ground. Keane Potter gave Hull a lead in the 43rd minute before Lewis Grabban in the 55th minute from the spot gave them the equaliser, and Brennan Johnson in the 72nd minute gave Forest a winner. And on the whole, yeah, I'd say it was quite a close game. Maybe a draw would have been a fair result, but you know, Forest got the win, and that's what they've been doing recently. Up to 7th now. Steve Cooper's doing a remarkable job. As for Hull, they'll be gutted. Just hope it doesn't affect their good run of form too much. But moving on to Bristol City, where it finished Bristol City 2, Huddersfield 3 in a crazy game. Vining gave Bristol a lead in the 2nd minute before Ward missed a penalty for Huddersfield 4 minutes later, but just on the stroke of half-time, Holmes scored, and then goals from Siani and Ward gave Huddersfield a 3-1 lead. Ryman scored deep into stoppage time, but it was just a consolation goal, and that's a great win for Huddersfield because obviously their run of form hasn't been too great recently. Moves them back into 10th. For Bristol City, disappointing result. But moving on then, Blackpool 3, Peterborough 1 was the score at Bloomfield Road. Dembele gave Peterborough the lead in the 11th minute before Anderson, Carey and Yates scored. Carey and Yates goal both coming in the last 5 minutes. So yeah, big win for Blackpool because obviously their run of form hasn't been great recently. But yeah, just brings them back into mid-table now, which is a big result for them. And as for Peterborough, they'll be gutted because they were going to go out the relegation zone while they were winning. And yeah, they'll see this as a big opportunity missed to try and gain ground on Reading, Cardiff, Hull, etc. But moving on, it finished Blackburn 4, Birmingham 0 at Ewood Park. Barclay, Kandra, Brereton Diaz with a brace with the goals. And yeah, Blackburn once again, they were outstanding here. I mean, I kept on thinking they're going to fall away, but they just showed no signs of it at all. They were absolutely outstanding here. Into third now. Who would have predicted that at the start of the season? Birmingham are in 17th. Disappointing performance from them. They were just outclassed by the better side, though, really, to be honest. Fulham 0, Sheffield United 1 was the score at Craven Cottage in a surprise result. The only other game came in the 3rd minute through Ndiaye, a brilliant goal. And yeah, Sheffield United, they held on well. Fulham, obviously, as you'd expect, had most of the goal line attempts and stuff like that. But Sheffield United held on well and picked up the victory, and that's a huge win, really finding their feet under Paul Heckingbottom now. In hindsight, it looks like the owners made a really good decision. And for Fulham, yeah, they just can't get away from the top 2 and 3. Anyway guys, that's it for the video. Thanks very much for watching. Remember to like, share, subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, comments down below. Follow me on Twitter, link in the description below for daily football news, and subscribe to my channel on screen right now. It'd be greatly appreciated. Thanks very much for watching. Peace!